Good morning. The Lord be with you. Friends, could you raise your hands really high, all the way to the ceiling, if your parents drove you to church today? Yeah? Thank you, parents. Friends, when I was younger, my parents drove me everywhere. They drove me to sports games, to music concerts, to school, to church, to my friends' houses, all because I needed help getting around the city, and they wanted to help me because they loved me. Friends, now I'd like you to raise your hands again if your family or your friends show their love for you by helping you. Yeah? How do your friends and family help you?
They help me get around.
They help you get around? Yeah? Anybody else? Answers? Yeah.
Getting me to the children's museum.
Nice. Yeah, the children's museum. Yeah.
My mom does good things for me.
Nice.
Taking me to the hospital.
The hospital? Yeah, that's real help.
My mom being nice to me. My nanny watching movies with us every night.
Every night. That's a lot of movies. Well, our friends and our family show our love for us by helping us in so many different ways. Later in the service, Dr. Haynes, who's up there, is going to preach and teach about a really big and really complicated word. And that word is, can you repeat after me? Justification. Justification. Yeah. And one way we can think about justification is how Jesus, our most faithful and loyal friend, helps us. And he shows his love for us by helping us. And this is how. You might remember a couple weeks ago, Miss Janine talked about sin and how sin is missing the mark and how we are all falling short of God's glorious standards. Church, would you just raise your hands if you've ever in your life missed the mark? Yeah, that's everybody. We are all constantly missing the mark. And I'd like Pastor Courtney to come up and help me illustrate this. I want you to imagine that this basket is God's perfect plan for you. And these soccer balls Pastor Courtney has are the actions we make and the decisions we make in life. So as we're living life, we're going to shoot. And we often miss the mark. Even if it looks like it's going in. We often miss the mark. And we might think that this might make us sad or guilty or ashamed. We might think that something bad will happen to us, that this will count against us. But in God's grace and through Jesus Christ, when we have faith in him, our misses don't count against us. And that's what to be justified means. So when we give our lives to Christ and have faith in him, and we're living life, and we shoot, Jesus catches our lives in his hands, and he gives us a perfect score every single time. So through Jesus at our side, we are seen as perfect in the eyes of God. And one way we can grow in relationship with Christ and in our friendship with Christ is by praying together the prayer that he taught us to pray, the Lord's Prayer. Would you all say that with me? Praying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Okay, ages 3 to kindergarten, you can come with me to worship and wonder. And if not, you can go back to the pews with your parents.